What is going on, everybody? We are here with the Dan and Brodes show. Some would say Sports Hub, some would not. We don't really know yet. But we are going to discuss the Philadelphia Phillies and, you know, their magical run so far into August. And we're going to start with last night's win. I know we broke it down a little bit last night, but, I mean, come on, that was beautiful. What did you think last night? I know it's the Marlins, and we should beat them. But we get a big explosive W, and Franco with a 3-run bomb, and it looked like Brodes in Little League.
The best part about it was he knew it was coming, and he said it in his post-game interview that he completely canceled the fastball out. I was watching it from, I got to be totally honest here, it sounds weird because I'm a Phillies fan, but I was watching it from a Marlins fan's perspective because I was actually really pissed that they not only they let this man stay in the game for 2 whole at-bats after it was very clear he didn't have his fastball. That fastball he threw behind Nick Williams, he didn't throw another one for like 7 pitches, and the next fastball he threw was like 8 inches inside again. He couldn't locate his fastball at all, and then the hottest hitter on our team comes up to bat with first base open, and they pitch to him.
Yeah, I said the same thing. Like, why wouldn't you let Jorge come up, right? I mean, he's definitely less of a threat.
Usually it's the other way around, where like I feel like something bad's about to happen because a bad decision was made. But in this situation, I looked at Ashley and I said, they're pitching to him with first base open. And in the back of my mind, I'm just like, there's no way this is going to go wrong. Like, we're going to win this game right here. You can't pitch to him. And boom.
Yeah, that's crazy. I literally just, first off, before I get into this, did you see the bat flip? Because that was hideous. I mean, that was a hideous bat flip, dude.
It was a hideous bat flip because he was genuinely concerned that it was going to land before the wall. So he didn't know how to act once it finally got out.
It wasn't even a bat flip. It was just like a throw of the hands, the helmet back.
Well, when they went back to him, rounding first, I was like, where did this man's helmet go? Don't tell me he threw his helmet. It awkwardly jerked off of his head when he celebrated. It was so good.
Unbelievable.
So good.
How about those unis, though? Like the hottest in baseball, you would say? They need to go full-time blue unis.
I think the sleeveless black Colorado Rockies jerseys are probably my favorite, but the maroon and powder Phillies are in my top 3 for sure.
Over the Rockies one, it's got to be the Pirates. Old school Pirates.
Yeah, I do like the black and yellow. Those Rockies sleeveless, man, they bring me back.
Stop. But it pisses me off because this team's offense is so bad right now. It's unbelievable. And to think we have 60 wins and leading the division with this terrible offense blows my mind. And it's against the Marlins. Against the Marlins. Well, are we going to be able to get out of this slump?
I think our pitching's good enough to keep us going in the direction we're going. But you're right. If we're going to make any kind of noise in the playoffs, some guys need to step up, and some guys just need to act like they're actually in Major League Baseball. Because right now there's a couple guys on the roster who can't hit water out of a boat in the middle of the ocean, and it's getting pretty bad. I think we're going to start talking about one of these guys in a minute, a personal favorite of mine, but I'm starting to get a little frustrated.
Is one of these guys...
Are we going to dive straight into this now?
Because is one of these guys Cesar Hernandez? Or
Cesar Hernandez has got to figure it out, man.
Oh, it's ugly, dude.
Now that we have Odubel Herrera, I like Scott Kingery as the utility guy, but I think we all kind of know in the back of our head, Cesar's a good player. I like Cesar a lot. Kingery is the future of this team at second base.
I always thought that.
If Cesar doesn't figure it out soon, or at least even if it's just a 1-series thing where he gets hot again, like I need to see him being productive for at least a series. At some point, we got to start talking about putting Kingery on second base, like giving him a shot. Shortstop's taken now. Odubel's not going to be in there every night, and they were talking about it on the radio yesterday. Odubel might not play shortstop when guys like Arrieta are out there because of the sinker ball situation. He's not the best defensive shortstop in the world. But from a day-to-day perspective, Cesar Hernandez has been cold for an extended period of time. And Kingery, he hasn't been great this year, but we know he's the future of the position. So if Cesar's not going to produce, you got to put him in at some point.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree with you. And it's ever since that one play, I forget who we were playing. Was it maybe the Marlins before the All-Star break where the pop fly was up there and he lost it and just hit his shoulder? Was it the Oh, God, another Marlins series. That was pitiful. But yeah, ever since
square in the chest.
Yeah, oh man, he just lost it, but he hasn't been the same ever since then. And I don't know. It's just frustrating to see that. But even you mentioned Asdrubal, has he really gotten much going yet? I know you're coming to a new team. You got to find your rhythm.
2 hits.
Yeah, but he got that big walk yesterday in the ninth.
Big walk, and I think I was saying this to you yesterday. He's a little bit of a streaky hitter, and I feel like we may have caught him in a cold wave, or maybe that cold wave hit because he's trying to get comfortable with the team. I don't know. But I do know that when Asdrubal's bat is hot, this guy is hot. He's one of these guys that rips off multi-hit games for a week or two. So hopefully soon, like today, he starts one of these stretches where he's just ripping the leather off the ball because we could really use it right now.
Yeah, no doubt. And even, I mean, there were a couple games in a row where his first 2 at-bats, he was bringing it to the warning track. I mean, I can see it on the bat, but sometimes you just got to find the gaps. But mentioning people, Quinn in Boston gets an opportunity after Odubel has a terrible day. First off, Gabe Kapler says that it was a scheduled off day regardless. Stop it, Gabe. Gabriel, don't do this to me, Gabriel.
I actually love this. I love this about Gabe, though, because there's no doubt in my mind that he got benched because of how he played, and he handled that behind closed doors.
Yeah, no doubt.
He handled that off camera, and I love that. Love that.
It was a scheduled off day.
Give me a break, Gabe.
Your sister's ass.
He's as good as a coach as he thinks he is.
Oh, stop. But anyway, Quinn gets 3 hits in that game against Boston, and that was a huge W for this team, and I think he made the most of his opportunity. I just don't see it working right now because of Reese, Odubel, and Nick Williams. I mean, are you really going to pull someone out of that?
Honestly, no.
Yeah.
I also like Roman Quinn coming off the bench as a runner. That situation last night when Hoskins walked, I think Quinn should have gone in instead of Kingery in that situation. I think that's where he could be most. Did Quinn get used before that, or am I blanking?
I'm also blanking, so that's good. We're both. Good
I'm not 100. I'm not 100% sure if Quinn was available or not. I forget if we had prior used him. But in a situation like that where we're down 1 or it's tied, and someone like Hoskins gets on, I like having Quinn run in a situation like that. I do think long term though he could end up in our outfield, but we'll see.
Well, that would be if like say Reese goes the first, that kind of thing, right? Yeah. Maybe.
Or if we move on from Odubel, which I know a lot of the fan base wants, but I'm not on board with that. That's ridiculous. Like, yes, he made a mistake, and I got on him personally because you can't make that mistake if you're going to be a leader, veteran player, but. Come on, he's Odubel. Like, that's like saying, okay, Claude Giroux messed up. What are we going to boo him out of the city? Yeah, we do that because we're idiots. Some people do that. I don't get it.
Yeah, right? Like he made a mistake. Listen, I'm going to come on hot and record after an episode. And I'm going to be screaming at him. But like at the end of the day, he's a good player. Like I'm not.
There are 2 center fielders in all of Major League Baseball with more home runs than Odubel Herrera. Can you name them?
I'm trying to think.
First one should be super obvious.
Yeah. Does he play for Boston? No, I don't. I'm trying to think on who the home run is.
Mike Trout.
Oh yeah, Mike Trout.
And Charlie Blackmon. That's it. That's it. No one else in Major League Baseball at the center field position has more home runs than Odubel Herrera. He was a Gold Glove finalist last year. I get it. He plays a little wacky. He has some bad at-bats that really get on the nerves of some fans. But for the most part, Odubel's a really good ball player. He's a really good ball player. And he's been getting better and better over the last handful of seasons. And people forget, I think 3.5 years ago, going into spring training 3 years ago, this man was a middle infielder.
Yeah.
He was a middle infielder. Now he's a Gold Glove finalist. If it wasn't for Ender Inciarte, he may have won the Gold Glove last year. Now he's on pace for 25 homers this year. He does need to clean the base running stuff up, especially in big series like the Boston, because there's more eyes on a game like that.
Right.
You're in Boston. You're in Fenway. Your ace is pitching a gem. We need your head in the game. I get it. But on a day-to-day basis, he's our best option right now.
Yeah, no doubt. And speaking of bad base running, Andrew Knapp had some bad base running, but we put him in the game yesterday in a pinch hitting situation. That's unbelievable to me. I can't stand the guy, and we get Wilson Ramos, but he's not going to end up playing for, I don't even know, maybe another month. I mean, if we don't get him until late August, how big of a move was that? Scary, right?
It's scary, but I still like it because I do think this team's going to play in the playoffs. And as much as I like Jorge, Wilson's going to start when he's healthy. He's
no
going to
doubt.
be the guy.
And he's hitting almost 300. It's like 297 right now.
Yeah, no, he's a stick. He's a big time stick, and he's played in the. He's actually had his best years in the NL East when he was with Washington. So he's going to be comfortable up here in the Northeast, playing in the metro area. I really think that he could be a big addition. I just want to get him in the lineup a couple weeks prior to the playoffs, and I'm getting a little ahead of myself here, but if we could just get him in the lineup for a little bit before the playoffs start, I really think this is the year of crazy things happening, right? What if Wilson Ramos gets plugged into the lineup right before the playoffs and he's just red hot? What if this guy's red hot? Could you imagine us in the playoffs and Wilson Ramos can't make an out? Crazier things have happened this year. Well, let a man dream.
It kind of works into my next question. I'm like, really, how far do you think this team can go? Because at one point I made a video and I said that this team is NLDS or bust. Like, I want a playoff series out of this team. I don't want the wild card game. If we win the wild card game and move on to the series, that's fine. But if we don't get a series in us, I would be really devastated. And I know some people even think that if we win the division, win an NLDS, we have a potential to, get to the NLCS, which would be cool, but I don't think we're World Series or anything.
If I was a betting man, I wouldn't have the Phillies winning the World Series. I wouldn't even have the Phillies winning the NL.
That's like Nick Foles out battling Tom Brady, you know what I mean? In Super Bowl 52.
But there is a but. There is a but. This Phillies team can beat anyone in any building with that Aaron Nola character on the mound. So if it's a one-game series, wild card situation, I'm comfortable against anyone in the NL with Nola on the mound. In any Game 5 or a Game 7 with Nola on the mound, I'm comfortable. I'm going to ride the wave. I do think that they could, a lineup could get hot. A lineup could get hot. We do have the pitching. I don't know if we necessarily have the bullpen, but Gabe Kapler's made it work to this point.
Can I counter your Nola point real quick?
Go ahead.
All right, I agree with you 100%. Nola's a stud. He's unbelievable, and I would feel comfortable with him on any given day. But when you can hold a Boston Red Sox lineup to 0-23 with their first 5 guys who just had 20 hits alone against the Yankees last night and lose the baseball game, that scares me. So it comes down to not even hitting, it's our bullpen, it's hitting at this point, because as much as we rip the bullpen apart and Tommy Hunter apart, the bullpen has been actually pretty damn decent as of late, and it's the sticks that's bothering me.
Like I said, it's about getting these sticks hot. It's all about timing, baby. We just need 1 or 2 guys to get hot at the right time. I really do think we have the pitching. We just need a couple guys to get hot at the right time. Like I said, I'm not putting any money on it, but they can go as far as the sticks will take them. The pitching's in place.
Yeah, no, I agree. Like, someone mentioned it to me, if we make it to the NLDS and get swept, how pissed would you? Like, would you be upset with making the playoffs, winning the division, not playing a wild card game, getting to the NLDS, and you don't even win a damn game? Like, I feel like I would be upset. I know, as much as
it depends on how those games go.
I know. I said the same thing.
Is Odubel getting picked off? Ugh. Is Gabe Kapler bringing Tommy Hunter in with a runner on third, 1 out?
Right. No, I'm with you. Like, is it 4-3 and we battled our asses off and we lost? Like, that's a whole different game.
That's what I'm saying. Like, did Chris Bryant hit a walk-off a beautiful 199 two-seam on the inside from Sir Anthony Dominguez? Like, how did this end is the question.
Did we call up Hector Neris? Sorry, I got nervous.
No, it makes me mad about Hector Neris. He actually has one of the most disgusting split fingers I've ever seen in my life, and this man just doesn't know
it wasn't working there at the end,
he doesn't know how to pitch. It blows my mind. That thing comes out of his hand like a frisbee, and it just gets tatered.
It's sickening. It really is. But no, I mean, overall, I think this Phillies team is definitely great. This is the most locked in I've been on Phillies baseball for quite some time, obviously, and being the second youngest team and having all this money to spend in the offseason, that's going to be huge. And I really do think that this team can take it somewhere special with, we're in the 2006, 2007 part of our run right now. You know, we're the years before. We're in that season where we were down 7 games and we came back, something like that. You know,
Feels like 2007.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So
no, but it does though. But I think this is why everyone, especially within the sports talk radio situation with Philly, everyone's so hung up on getting a Machado or getting a Harper, getting that one big guy to come in, because it feels like we're just that one big bat away. It's like we recognize that we're good. We have faith in the team. We're talking about the playoffs. They're probably going to make the playoffs. But you can feel it. We're one bat. We need one prime time bat to come here, plug him in there next to Hoskins. I think it would give everyone just a little that sense of faith. Like, we actually can beat the Cubs in a 7 if we go get a Machado. We actually can rip off 4 wins in an NLCS against anybody else in the conference if we go get a Bryce Harper and plug him in. We're one piece away, I think. But you can see it clear as day that this team's going to be good for quite some time. Quite some time.
Yeah, let's go.
Quite some time.
No, I mean, that's just... I'm not even that afraid of teams in the NL right now, you know? Like, I mean, don't get me wrong, the Cubs made big moves. The Dodgers obviously made insane moves. But they're not Red Sox to me. Like, if we had to play the Red Sox in a playoff series, I'm thinking, damn. Let's just see what happens. But we play the Dodgers or we play the Cubs, they're obviously better than us, but it's not as scary. So to get a piece, but what happens if, say, this offseason, we end up not nailing a big-time free agent?
We
what
go
if we
full
don't
Sixers on it?
Yeah, what if we don't get a Bryce Harper? Manny Machado stays. You know, obviously there's other names on there. Like, well, I think Kluber might be I know you're not a big fan of that. I think I mentioned that to you before, yeah. But, you know, what if we actually get nobody? Now, I find that hard to believe, understanding how much money we have to spend. But that would be devastating if we came back with the same lineup. Although it shouldn't be, seeing what they did this year, but... yeah, it would be devastating. We're getting ahead of ourselves.
Yeah, I have that same mindset that I have with the Sixers, though. Like, yeah, it sucks. We didn't get anybody. But what if Markelle Fultz, like, actually is good? What if next season we come in with the same lineup, but Scott Kingery actually turns it on and becomes a stud? Like, what if we truly get better in-house? Because that's a possibility that people dismiss because big names in the playoffs. You could get better with what you have.
Yeah,
I'm trying to be positive here, man. Don't look at me like that.
I get it. It's kind of like Bellinger, right? I mean, something like that. Like, one year to the next, a little bit different, right?
I have him on a couple fantasy teams. Relax.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That one hurts.
Yeah.
You know who else I have on one of my fantasy teams?
Oh,
Maikel Franco.
Hey, let's go, dude. Clintac was getting interviewed. He said that some guys just take a little bit longer. And I think Franco... But haven't we seen this? Haven't we seen a hot Franco before and then he goes into a streak? It does feel different. It feels a little different this time.
It feels different because it's been a month.
Yeah.
It hasn't been a week. It hasn't been 2 series against bad pitching. It's been a month.
Even defensively, dude. Like, he's making some nice-ass plays defensively.
He makes plays in front of his body as good as anybody in the league.
It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. So, all right, well, this is our first little episode here of the Dan and Brodes show. We're still working on some names. Maybe Sports Hub, maybe not.
Can't get behind it.
Yeah, that's fine. Hey, we'll think.
Can't get behind it.
That's fine. That's fine. But, all right, let me know what you guys think down below. Dan, thank you for your time. We're gonna obviously keep doing this. It's been fun. It's been fun. So. Thank you guys so much. Comment down below your thoughts on some of these topics with the Philadelphia Phillies. Where do you really think they fall this season? Hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. I'll see you next time.